Alright, I'm going to do a rock to point video. I've got a couple of contenders. I have no idea how these are going to nap. These are raw. Just picked up from, I think I picked these up personally from a riverbed. Partially dry riverbed. There's a bunch of that stuff out here. Not where I'm at, 3 hours away, but there are places I can pick this up. Okay. Anyway, it does not look that great, but it makes for a good little interesting video, hopefully. It's got issues with it. See how deep that crack goes in? We'll see. Yeah, it looks like good heat treat candidate. But I'm not going to heat treat it. I'm just going to nap it just like it is. Now, it's been drying out in my yard, so sometimes when you find these in riverbeds, they're waterlogged. And I've napped the waterlogged stuff, and I don't notice any difference between the dry stuff and the waterlogged. Nope, still same old, as far as I can tell. Except, you see little water pockets in there if it's waterlogged. Yeah, that's an issue. Those cracks are an issue, definitely. What do I mean by issues? Well, if there's issues, you got to bring out the tissues. That's what I mean. It'll mess up your day, or those will mess up your day. So this is not the good side. This is the good side because the cracks don't go in as far. So I got to skin off more of this side, theoretically. Okay. It would appear that this side's better as far as less cracks, but you never know. Why do I braid the stuff that's already dull? Just in case. Just in case there's a weak spot, just take it off so it doesn't crush if I happen to hit the weak spot. Alright. Not too good, not too good. Come on. Yeah, I don't want to take off too much of the good side. It's so easy to take off that side. It naps well, so it just naps right off. I rub it to see if it'll actually make good contact. If it feels like it's going to make good contact, I can hit it really, really hard. So yeah, I tried to hit it really, really hard and it didn't work that well. It's actually not too bad as far as nappability, but the predictability is not good. See that? Why did it scoop out like that? I don't know. There's a seam, it looks like it's, but it's not that bad. Looks like it's healed. Yeah, the difficult part about removing the bad side is it doesn't nap off as well as the good side. So you end up napping off a lot of the good side because it comes off easy, and then you're in trouble. If I hit this way, it's much easier to take a flake off than if I hit this way. So I've been scooping a lot off, and it's way too much. I only wanted to take off little flakes. But hitting it this way, you got to hit it really hard. And it doesn't do too much. And this way, you hit it softly and it does a lot. Okay, so 2 different approaches here depending on what side I'm on. Yeah, just very little effort on this side and it just removes a big old chunk. But this side, I try to hit it and I come up with stuff like that. They don't go anywhere on this side. It's not that great. Let's get out the indirect percussion. That way I can get in there. And if I hit it with this, I'm likely to hit somewhere where I don't want to hit. So get out the indirect percussion stick. In this case, it's aluminum. See what I can do. So I can really get in there. It's nasty stuff. It's much better when it's heat treated. It's almost like a quartzite right now. Yeah. Big old cracks. Yeah, I'll heat treat this in the next batch. 350 degrees to 375 probably will do it. A lot of this Texas stuff can be heated at lower temperatures. And I don't want to go higher because I'm going to mix in a lot of the Georgia chert with this. Or mix this in with the Georgia stuff. I don't go higher than 375 with the Georgia stuff. I made a mistake and started out at 400 to 450. And I ruined a bunch of it. It wasn't completely ruined. It just ended up being way too snip and halfish. It was good for small points. But if you want big blades, you can't heat treat it so much that it'll snap in half if you just look at it the wrong way. And unfortunately, that's what happened to some of my big spalls in the beginning when I first started buying the Georgia stuff. I like it a lot. It's become one of my all-time favorite materials now. Oh yes. So yeah, I didn't feel much like making videos this week, so I've been postponing it. It's already Thursday. Why didn't I feel like making videos? Some weeks I'm really feeling like it, and some weeks I don't want to do any videos. Sometimes I get focused on a new technique or focused on doing something else besides flint knapping, and I get totally distracted from the videos, from video making. It was starting to get that way this week, But I said, no, I gotta do it. Let me grab some chunks that I had set aside for maybe bifacing. If I got nothing else to biface, I can always go to my junkers pile with a bunch of junk, like river cobbles, like these, and just knap those and see what they look like. Might as well get one on video. It's very rough, but it's snapping okay. I just need to make sure that if there is a crack, it doesn't end up in the finished piece. I got to get under that crack right there. But I got to make sure there's no cracks anywhere else. See, there's one right here, but it might be healed. There's one right there, so I should be able to get it thin enough to get under those cracks, but you never know. I'm going to take a lot of this side off because I'm going to preserve the length of this. Let me see. Yeah, 4 inches as opposed to, 3.5 on that side, or 3 3/4. Quarter inch makes a big difference. See that? Doesn't seem like it, In a thought experiment, 1/4 inch. What's a big deal? But you look at it, it's a big deal. I'm abrading a lot more these days, which is not a good thing because I can go through a lot of these. This was like a big, thick, piece just a couple months ago. 2 more months and it'll be nothing. Yeah, that's the way it goes, I suppose. I'm gonna save those for the heat treat. Am I gonna use them? Probably not. But it's always good to have a little too much than not enough. Yep. These are nice flat flakes for quick, down and dirty little points. Oh yeah. Down and dirty when it's beer 30, like at the end of the day. Just grab a flake and knock out a little arrowhead. Do I still do that? I try to do that. It seems like it's harder and harder for me to just knock out a little arrowhead every now and then. Because in the same amount of time, I can knock out a big blade. Yeah. It's pretty much, it's pretty much the same amount of time. Small or large with me these days. There's issues with everything. Small points have their issues. Big points have their issues. They take time to deal with. Yeah, some of the small points, you just can't get them thinned down, so you got to figure out, all right, what do I got to do to get it thinned down? And some of the large ones, they start getting thin too quick, and you're thinking, oh man, it's getting too thin in this particular area, it's gonna snap. So you have to figure out how to not snap it, which is almost impossible to figure out just by figuring. You go by feel. You know what I mean? To prevent snap in half, it's mostly feel. You've got to know the limits of the material by feel, not by thought. That takes practice to get the feel of the material. Yeah. This one feels like it's not going to snap in half at all, which is good. Some raw stone snaps in half super easy. This one does not, as far as I can tell. And you can see that the flake scars don't show up very well. That means it's very quartzite-ish, quartzite-like. When it doesn't have the ripples. The ripples usually indicate that it's easy to nap material. But when it's just all smooth and not much flake scarring going on, it's tough stuff. Yeah. You gotta hit it hard. It's got some interesting banding. Yeah. Kind of sort of interesting. I got over the ooh, look at that. Ooh, look at that stage nowadays. I don't really say ooh, look at that anymore. Not too much. Just does it nap or not? If it naps, then I go, ooh, look at that nap. Look at that nappability. Ooh, look at that nappability. Not, ooh, look at that pattern. Ooh, look at that color. Nope. Ooh, look at that nappability. Look at that. It's just beautifully flat. That's what I look at these days. Yeah, did it go past halfway? Ooh, look at that halfway thing going on. Yeah. Look at that non-edge crushing thing going on. Yeah. Cool. Yep, that's how it goes. Yeah, when you're concerned about not wasting material, you want to make sure it naps well. I got a bunch of obsidian I got to nap still. And I got to do it before I head back up north for a few months. Yeah, dang it. Tough material. I'm gonna lose my 1/4 inch because of that. And I did grind it a lot. Look, okay, I ground it a lot, and it's still crunched on me. See, I'm grinding it a lot. You want me to grind it more? Okay. Still not enough? Okay. Could be a little bit more. Okay. There. Oh, look at that nappability. Yes, yes. Why don't I just take down that side and go for it? Because if I mess something up on this side, I don't want to be too skinny on this side or too much loss on that side. I might have to go back to this side here if I mess up that side. And I lose a 1/4 inch, but still, I like to have it. I like to have it available. So that's why I'm not taking that side down yet. I'm not doing the trimming thing like I see a lot of YouTubers do. I was watching other videos, this morning, other napping videos. I hadn't watched another napping video in like a month or two. Yeah, I'm looking at them and they're on their pads going, and they lose about 20% doing the. I'm going, what the heck? No wonder I don't watch videos no more. Napping videos. I watch lots of videos, just I don't watch the napping videos too much. Good enough? Yes? No? More? You're gonna make me breathe dust. Too much grinding means too much dust. Alright, let's get rid of this. Go through the steel, the precision steel, so I can get to the little areas. Alright, let's take the glove off too. It's still like 100. I told you, right? It gets to be about 8 or 9 o'clock at night and it's still 100 degrees out here. What is it with this freaking desert weather? Yeah. It cools down, but it doesn't start cooling very well until after 10 p.m. or something like that. And of course it has to do with me being in the city. The asphalt and the streets and all that are still full of heat. The thermal mass is still retaining all that heat. Yeah, so we don't get a good cool down until later. But I can't start napping that late. I like starting later in the day for the napping, but not that late. Although a lot of times I do end up staying up late. Oh, look at that nappability. Even though it's little fingernail terminations, it's still okay. It's still okay, yeah. And yeah, I'll pick those off with a little utility blade, box cutter, whatever thingy. I've heard of techniques where you can soak these points in water, get them all waterlogged after a day or two, and then stick them in the freezer. And the water's supposed to, pop those out when it expands, when it becomes ice. But I've never tried it because I don't know if it works, right? I suppose it might. But if it doesn't, I'll ruin something that took time for me to nap. But the smarty pants out there, the smarty pantses, they'll say, just put in an ugly point that you don't have any attachment to. Like right now, just stop napping and put this in there and see it, and do the waterlogging thing, stick it in the freezer, see if they all pop out. All these little things like that. See if it makes a difference. Yeah, but then I gotta snap a picture, get it on video, and sometimes I suppose a little bit would pop out, but there'll still be some remaining, right? Maybe. but I'd have to go, all right, was that exactly 1.3 millimeters, or did I lose a 0.3 and it's only 1 millimeter across? Gotta measure all those little fingernails, because I bet you they're not gonna be all popped out. If they do start popping out, some of them will be partials. Yeah, partial pops. You're gonna go through all that trouble for just a partial pop? I don't know. Maybe. I suppose. If you want to be all fanatical about it. Yeah. Does steel work as well as aluminum? Well, yes and no. It's not working that well right now because I gotta make the adjustment. I gotta get the feel for the steel. Yeah. So I got some crushing. Come on. I got some crushings like there when I started using the steel compared to the aluminum. But I want to get in there and regularize it. So just got to deal with it. Figure out what I need to do to get the non-crushing effect. Still don't know what I'm going to make out of this. Come on. Steel is bouncing off of this. It's actually bouncing off of that. What is it? It's stubborn. There he goes. All right, so it's at the stage where it's thin enough that I can start to figure out what it's going to be. What is it going to be? I don't know. It's going to be something I'm going to grind on it all night. It's a grinding stone. Yeah. I'm just going to grind it all night. That was a really hard hit. All right, let's see. I don't want to risk messing up the video with a bunch of leaky droplets of blood everywhere. Because some of these hard hits, you don't know what's going to happen. You can kind of tell how hard I'm hitting by the volume of the strike, I'm assuming. I can kind of tell when I review my videos how hard I'm striking by the volume of the hit. But it's not that easy to tell. Yeah, I'm getting the quartzite issues on this. Let's see, where's my... I got several cheats now that I'm doing this as a professional. This is one of my cheats. Picking with the utility knife. And my other cheats are my cheater tools. Where is it? Ah, yes. Cheater tool. You've seen it. You guys that are new, you haven't seen this yet. Wait till you see it, all right? You just knock the snot out of the step fractures with this. You hit this end and pow, it just knocks them out. Yep. But the little bitty ones, you need to pick them out if you can. With this cheater steel right here. I have all kinds of cheater steel. I got this cheater steel. I got this cheater steel and this cheater steel. Lots of steel tools. What about a steel billet like this? I do have one. I got more than one that's like this out of solid steel, but they're really dang heavy. This is light. It's aluminum. It's nice. You know, if it's really, really heavy, it doesn't take much effort, but it wears on your wrist. I gotta wear my wrist straps. And yes, I do have wrist straps. Why do you gotta wear them? Are you that wimpy? Yeah, after a couple hours. Oh yes. After a couple hours of constant use on the heavy billet. Yep. I don't like it. Alright, I'm going to go back to aluminum for a minute on the indirect percussion. See, I not only abuse the abrader on the stone, I abuse it on my tools. Okay? So if you're wondering how I wear this, how do I manage to wear it down so fast? Well, partially I blame it on you because you want me to grind more. You know, partially because I use it on my tools as well. Yeah. I knew. I was just gonna say that I hope I don't snap it in half hitting it that hard. And look what happened to me. Yep. Too bad I didn't leave it wide, huh? Wait, I did leave it wide. Wow. How did I know that I would need to leave it wide? I don't know. I've been doing it a while. See, if I didn't leave it wide and took it down narrow, like sometimes I feel like doing, and if that happens, I ruin the whole piece. That's the reverse overshot. Yeah. Really? There's always a viewer out there. Really? No, it's not a reverse overshot. It just looks that way. There's no such thing as a reverse overshot unless we want to make it a Flintknapping term. You know, I could take a vote. Yeah, you guys want something called a reverse overshot? It ruins the striking area instead of the opposite side. But it looks just like an overshot ruin. It looked just like you ruined it with an overshot, except it's on the wrong side. If you guys want me to start calling them reverse overshots, I will. Oh yeah. We get to make up all kinds of Flintknapping lingo. You didn't know? Now you know. I'm just copying other nappers, making up their Flintknapping lingos. That's all. I don't want to be left out. I get FOMO. I get fear of missing out. I want to make up Flintknapping terms. Yeah. Make up terms that you guys never heard of. That way I sound like I'm educated. Yeah. Yeah, I can sound like I got all kinds of stuff hidden in the arcane vaults of the Flintknapping knowledge. Or whatever. You don't know. You don't know what mysterious knowledge the Flintknappers have? Yeah. You guys are just wanting to fall asleep. You have no idea what goes on in the secret world of the nappers. Nope. We can make it seem like there's a secret world by making up a secret language. Yep. Is it working? It's not working that well to thin down this thin piece. And yeah. If I was better at napping, it would be better. I know. I don't disagree. If I was better at napping, it would be better. Yeah. Oh, yes. So what do? We're starting to go to the islands on this one. So I've got to take back this side, get closer, because that's my only hope is now to take a flake there. I could try to power through. I could try the cheater tool. The only thing about the cheater tool is sometimes those flakes dive in. Scoops out way too much. Yeah. I can get some of that to release. Hold on. Just tap, tap, tap. Little bitty taps. Not too hard because it'll dive. It will be like a U-boat under attack, and it'll start diving. Dive, dive, dive. We're under attack. These depth charges, cheater tool things are killing us. You've watched those old submarine movies, right? I'm going to try for a flake into this area. We'll see. I didn't grind it enough. Grinder the Grouch says more and more. You know, remember Oscar the Grouch? Well, there's Grinder the Grouch out there. Grinder the Grouch says you gotta grind it more. Okay, fine. Maybe I grounded too much. Let's try for a reverse overshot, huh? Let's try that. This is not working. It's eating my tool for lunch or dinner. It's dinner time. Grinder the Grouch says, he didn't grind it right because you didn't shape it right. You gotta shape it right before you grind it. Yeah, I know. I grounded it, I shaped it right, and it's still not doing it. Did it do it? It tried to do it. But it didn't. All right. There. Grinder the Grouch. Is that enough? It's not shaped right. I don't care. I hit it anyway. Let's see. This is just a dumb old piece of rock anyway. What did it do? It tried to do it. It tried really hard to do it. Yeah. Okay. Is it time for some strategy? Am I going to have to strategize this to death? Or am I just going to randomly start smashing it? You guys that have been watching the channel, what do I normally do? You guys have been around for a long time. What am I going to do? Well, you know that I regularize it first. Before I do anything major, I regularize it. or try to. And I don't want a lot of step fractures, but you know what? As you start to thin down a thin piece, guess what happens? It gets harder and harder and harder to nap. Yeah. To nap without making mistakes. These are mistakes, the little step fractures. But not to worry. Why? Because they're controlled mistakes. Yeah. Oh, always. That's one of the rules. Now you might be thinking, if I know that I'm going to make a mistake, why do I still do it? If I know that the chances of a mistake are really high, why do I still do it? Because I take risks. Yeah. I'm expedient. I'll try to take a risk. See what happens. That's what random napping is all about. Random opportunistic napping. Now, why do I do it that way? It's not like the artifacts are made that way, huh? But wait a second. Yes, they are. A lot of them are made with random opportunistic flaking. How do I know? Just look at the artifacts. Look how wonky the edges are on some of them. Look how uneven the thickness is. It's not perfectly tapered on a lot of the artifacts. They got bumps and valleys and stuff, and they're not perfectly smooth. The edges sometimes are not even sharpened all the way. Sometimes you got dull spots and then sharp and then dull, and then you got little chips taken out. You know, random chips here and there for some reason. They didn't even repair them. Everything was opportunistic. Yeah, that's why. If they didn't pay attention to that stuff, why should I? Ready? There it goes. Everyone in unison. Nice. Yep, everyone breathed a sigh of relief. Right? No? You guys are already asleep, huh? It's been 43 minutes. Some of you guys are snoring away. Can't wake them up. Don't wake these guys up. Yeah. Alright. What am I going to do? I'm going to cheat. See that one last little bit there? There's one last little bit that island removing nuclear attack accomplished. I gotta still take this off, so I filed this cheater tool down so it make better contact, and we'll see. Just a light tap is all we need, I hope. Yes? No? A little bit harder tap? Yeah, it's a little crunchy. Let's see. Is it doing it? It's kind of doing it. If it's good enough, it's good enough. Let's see. Let's try another one. Let's try some more taps. Yeah, that's good enough. I think it's good enough. No, man, soak it and put it in the freezer. No, I don't think so. Come on, man, do it on video. No, I don't think so. You know what? I might just do it, though. I might just do it. Because there's other things that people say that we should do. Like heat up the stone and drop water on it. Yeah. I've done that before. Freaking broke the stone. Cracked it. It made a big noise and everything. But, you know, I'll do it on video. The water sizzled. And then, oh, dang it. What did I need? Why did I even try that? I knew I was going to do it. But some people say, no, it pops out these little, perfect little pop-outs. Yeah. Okay. But you never know. They might be right. Yeah. I've heard nappers say, yeah, I've done it before, and I was amazed that little pot lids would just pop right out. Really? And I would be the one to say, really? And they'd say, yeah. Well, dang. I gotta try it then. Never do. No, I got enough trouble trying to do stuff like thin down thin pieces and then worry about dropping water on hot rocks. Yeah. Alright, this is the next stage. Let's do a little bit of cleanup. A little breather. Yeah. Get the little rocks out of the shoes. Get the chips out. Okay. Get these together off to the side so they don't get thrown away. These little beauties. Yeah. Get rid of the chunkers. Let's see, is there any little beauties in here? It's not good. No, there's no little beauties in there. Not at all. That's good for flint and steel, though. Flint and steel. I never do the flint and steel thing, and I'm probably never gonna do it on video. Nope. Uh-oh. Where's my pad? If I don't have my pad, we're out of luck. I just had it earlier. What's my pad? My pressure pad. Pressure flaking pad. Don't tell me I have to use something else. I'm so organized, I don't know why I would lose it. Why would I lose the pressure pad? Why would it be missing from view? I got everything in its place. Nothing is piled on top of each other. Nothing. I honestly don't know where the heck it went. Yeah, honestly, because I could be making it up just to extend the video to an hour. Ah, there it is. Golly. Why would I put it over there? It was next to my epoxy glue. Why did you sneak up over there? I have a bunch of glues up there. Off to the side. And my pad was next to the glue, just hanging out with the glue. Why are you hanging out with the glue? You know that those guys are trouble. Yeah. Alright. Ooh, it naps, it pressure flakes a lot like it percussion flakes. Which means it doesn't. Alright, should I zoom in so you can see the torture? Yeah, if I can keep it in view. Maybe if I turn the lights down, you can see the sparks fly. Some of you will go, really? Oh yeah. Sparks will fly from pressure flaking this stuff of this quality. Yeah. Which is to say, it's not good quality at all. It'll eat through the steel. This is a steel cheater tool as well. It's a nail, steel nail. 16 penny in this case. I also have 20 penny nail tools, but I sold those. Yeah. to one of my best customers in Ohio. You know who you are. Oh yes. Doesn't say much, but dang, he buys a lot of stuff. All right. Yeah, this is not too, it's not too bad, but it's not too good either. But I can regularize it. That's the important thing. I can get it regularized. There's not too much effort in pressure flaking this. Now, getting it thin, that's going to be an issue. Yeah, and I might have to break out the tissue because at any moment I might push too hard and then snap the tip off. Especially when I'm talking about it. Step fracture. There we go. Look at that bulb. It created a huge bulb. All right. So that's the way we're going to play it. Yep. I'm trying to push a lot of effort into these flakes, and then you're going to bulb on me? Yeah. See, it knows how not to be an arrowhead. Yeah. It knows. It's got secret intelligence locked away. This stone's a lot older than humanity. Yeah. This stone was formed even before humans walked the earth. I'm assuming. It knows more than... It has the wisdom of the ages. It knows how not to be an arrowhead. Yeah. You gotta outsmart it. Because rocks are pretty dumb, you know. In case you didn't know. They might have a lot of knowledge, but they're not that smart. There's a difference. Oh, yes. Just because you got a lot of knowledge of the ages doesn't mean you're smart. Humans can outsmart these guys. Yeah. But there's some luck involved. Oh, yes. It's not that easy. Let's see if I can start pushing off some flakes with some length. Alright. That still wants the bulb on me. Alright. That's the way we're going to play it. I can get it to go a little bit past halfway at the tip anyway. Alright. All is not lost. At least I can get the tip thinned down. But, yeah, I'm going to do indirect percussion on the rest. I can do the tip thinning. Yeah, but down on the rest of the point, it's going to have to probably require some heavy-duty percussion to get those thick spots flattened out. All right. With Obsidian, if this was Obsidian, I could probably run flakes through those thick spots with pressure and get them out. Get them thinned down. I don't dare do it with this, with a pressure flaker, because it'll bulb on me, and then the edge is too thin and I won't be able to do a second little strike. If the edge is too thin, I can't do nothing. Yeah, double negative. Okay, fine. But anyway, I can't do nothing when the edge is too thin. Besides, Grinder the Grouch is going to yell at me. Yeah, gotta leave the edge thick, man. It's too thin and you grind it a lot, you gotta lose too much of the edge. Yeah, I know. But you need to grind it a lot. I know. Okay. Thick spot removal time. Hopefully. That's eating my steel for lunch too. Okay. For dinner. It's dinner time. Some of you guys can say, it's not dinner, it's not lunch, it's supper. Supper time. Okay, supper time. Well, you've been hanging around with the Grouch over there? Ooh, nice. See, I can't do that with pressure. Yeah. Even though I try, I cannot do that with pressure. Those big old wide flat flakes. That's what I get for trying to take out the step fracture. It's just little bitty flakes into the area. They don't really make much difference. Yeah. Oh well. Am I going to be able to thin down this thin piece? Maybe. If I get a lot of those wide flat flakes, maybe. I might be able to do it. I'm going to take some annoying chances. Annoys the heck out of some people. Not me. No. It doesn't annoy me. It annoys me if I'm too safe about it. Because then if it breaks, it's like, I was trying to be safe and it broke. That's what I get. But if I was being risky, it's like, yeah, I was being risky. Okay, I get it. I get it. That's my excuse. I've got a way to deal with the stress of breaking it. If I was being stupid, I'd just go, yeah, I was just being stupid. Yeah, that's why. Dang it. Yeah, like that. That's the way. That is the way. Now, if I can just do that again. Okay, come on. These wear down really fast and I can't get in there. Here we go. Did it do it? It did not do it. Trying to thin it down. Trying to. Everyone wants to see how to thin down this cruddy material. No? You mean all this time you guys don't care about thinning down the cruddy material? Oh, heck. Why am I wearing myself out? Don't make no sense. would I wear myself out if you guys don't even care how to thin down this cruddy material? Alright. Whew, I took a big risk on that one. We can all breathe a sigh of relief because you don't even know how hard I hit that. I hit that hard enough to break it. Yep. Why would I break it at this stage? Oh, because it's just a little cruddy rock. And I can just delete the video. Yeah. If it breaks, you know, I delete the video. You will never miss what you don't know. Nope. You'll never miss it. Some of you will feel a disturbance in the force and say something's not right. But you won't know exactly what that is. You'll just be walking around all day saying, something's not right. I feel a disturbance. You know, he didn't upload a video probably because he made a mistake. Yeah. Now we never know. Now we will never see all the other stuff involved in making that point. Because maybe there's some valuable stuff that you wanted to see. Anyway, no matter if I broke it. Yep. You'll say, hey man, I thought you were into preserving rights, man. You're violating my right to see what you do. You delete the video. Yeah, I know. I'm sneaky that way. Alright, so now I gotta be careful and see if I can actually do some effective pressure flaking. We quickly moved into the next stage where I'm trying to thin down the edge with pressure. Alright, I snuck it in. I'm not even telling you that's what I'm going to do. And I didn't even clean up my little area because, you know, I can't see it. But look, I didn't clean it up. Okay? That's what I would normally do if I was by myself. You might say, yeah, you're by yourself. Anyway. Well, in spirit, I know that you guys are there. Right? Okay. Did it get thinner and straighter? I think it got thinner and straighter. So now we got to do the other side. See if you can remove some of that nastiness. All right. Can't be too greedy. I did get some of it. If I'm too greedy, I'll just step fracture it. I don't know. We'll see. All right, it's not too bad. There's still a little bit of crackling going on, and it might be just the material. Yeah. I don't know. It's just that spot right there. I'm just going to leave it. Yeah, it's just random pressure flaking. Just random. But I'm randomly flaking in spots that need to be thinned down, so it's not just completely random. It's just randomly flaking in areas that need to be thinned down. But I know which areas they are, and I'm very conscious of what areas need to be thinned. And sometimes in what order. Sometimes it's important that you thin down some area first and then work your way in. Come on. I don't need a big flake. Just little ones right here. Just little bitty ones, okay? Just sharpening it. That's all I'm doing. Shouldn't give me so much trouble. See if that side's straightened out. Yeah. Why am I doing the edge first? I should be doing this last, because I don't know what I'm going to do for notches or base or stem or anything. Not yet. So, while I'm thinking about it, I can mess up the edge. Okay, so yeah, I'm thinking about taking chances with this particular piece, or I did take some chances with it, and I'm thinking, you know, how did they make these in the past? It's more than just what tools were used. It's what kinds of chances were taken. Yeah. How random was the actual knapping? That's part of how they made it. Was it very strategized or not? That's regardless of the tools you use. The strategy, the time it takes to make it, the risks you take, that all is non-tool related. And you know what? I'll tell you a little secret. Those non-tool related aspects of knapping are the most important. Yeah. The non-tool aspects. How do you heat treat the stone? What stones do you pick to knap? What techniques do you focus on? Do you focus heavily on percussion? Do you focus heavily on pressure? It's very important. What do you focus on? Regardless of the tools you're using, you gotta figure out what you're gonna focus on. What's your technique for sharpening, or does it matter? That kind of thing. A lot of these non-tool related issues are out there that are part of how they were made. But some people will say, yeah, but we need to know what those issues are while using the natural stuff. We don't want to know what those issues are or hear about them while using modern material for tools. We want to know about those issues with the natural. Yep. Yeah, well, they're going to be the same regardless of what tool you use. because not all natural tools are the same. Believe it or not, not everyone used the same natural tools. Some were more heavily into hammerstoning. Some were more heavily into soft hammer with antler, or horn, or wood, or something else. You know, the natural tools are varied. You don't know. And one of the guys in the tribe would use a piece of wood, but the other guy is using an antler. Why did the guy use the antler? Because he was the big macho man that could hunt and get all the animals and claim the antler because his arrow killed the elk. The guy using the wood, he didn't kill the elk, so he's got to use the wood. You can't use the antler. The antler goes to the guy who killed the elk, or the big buck, or the moose. Yeah, but they're gonna share. They shared a lot back then. Everybody got antler. Everybody. They shared it. One big guy would kill it. He'd be really nice and share it. Okay, man. Whatever you say. Yeah, well, I know a lot of big guys who share. Yeah. Me too. But I guarantee if they didn't have to, they wouldn't. Nope. These days, you don't share, everybody knows about it. Make a big deal. Of course, they know about it back in the day too, but I mean, they're making an issue out of it. They post videos. This guy's not sharing. See? Give me more clicks. I'm going to show you how other people don't share for clicks. Yeah. Okay. So I evened out the bottom. I'm going to change the subject. I hate talking about social media. I evened out the bottom. I did lose some length. Let's see. I was trying to preserve the 3-inch or whatever it was. So it's 3 3/4. So I went down to the smaller dimension, right? I think it was almost 4 inches with the longer dimension. Anyway, it's time to put some notches in so I can call it good. It's already an hour and 12 minutes. Usually at this stage it would be an hour, but I think I was blabbing too much. It's a little bit translucent. The edges are kind of jaggedy, but I'm just gonna leave it like that. I straighten them out good enough. Good enough for me. All right, so I got to figure out the notches. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna do difficult ones because this is a real tough stone. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Leather on this side. No, that's not gonna work. I gotta do the fishy stick pressure flaker. Okay. Yeah, I was trying to do these pressure flakes with a little bitty notcher, a short-handled one. I gotta do these notches with the Ishi stick handle. Yep. And I'm asking for trouble because I'm starting really low. I'm just asking for trouble because I can blow off that ear with the enormous amount of pressure I need. Yeah. I can blow off a barb too. There's an ear and barb. Barb and ear. I can blow off either one of these with the enormous amount of pressure I'm using. You might say, well, just don't make the notches too deep, man. What good is that? My response is, what good is that? This is a Flintknapping video by a professional. Yeah. It's supposed to be difficult. It's supposed to be nerve-wracking, nail-biting, on the edge of your seat, napping. Yeah. You're so much on the edge of your seat, you're snoring away back there. I know, I see you. No, it's good practice for me if I do these notches like this. Yeah. Selfish. I'm being selfish. I wish. I got farther along on this than I thought I was going to get. I got that base thinned down pretty good, although I forgot to thin it more. I should probably thin it more now that I'm talking about it. Yeah, hold on. A lot of times I forget to thin these bases down, and then I regret it on the notching. I should have done this earlier when the blade was stronger. Let's see if I can do a little bit without snapping everything. Ah, yes. That's what I wanted to do. Yeah. This is exactly the way I wanted it to do. Well, it's never exactly. Never? No. It's never exactly. But it's close. Ah, good. I might be able to go deeper on that notch now that it's thinner. If I want to go deeper. Do I want to go deeper on the notch? Well, I do, just to show off, but do I really want to, as far as getting the video done? Yeah, as far as getting the video done, I really don't want to. Because I can just stop. Say, well, good enough. We'll see. That's an issue there. That thickness, I can't get that easily. This mess here, that's going to interfere with the next notch. But I can try something. It might work. Should I risk breaking it? Should I? Sure, why not? No, don't risk breaking it. Oh, that work. Oh well. This does not look good. The strategy is not good. I mean, I can't figure out a good way to do this without risking too much. See, that flake went all the way to here, but it didn't spread out enough to catch that. See that? It snuck around. Look, see how sneaky these are? This flake edge is right there. Instead of hitting that and blowing that away on that side, it snuck around this way and then went around and popped out this way. See how sneaky it is? Yeah. I left this little... It said, look, I went halfway. You can't make me feel bad. Yeah, I'm going to make you feel bad because you could have popped this out right there if you weren't so stupid. Yeah. The Flake saying, well, the reason why you got that out earlier made it look better because you cheated with the cheater tool. I'm not going to help you cheat. The Flake is not going to help me cheat. It's got too much integrity. That flake has too much integrity to help me cheat. Stupid flake. All right. I don't know. We're just gonna have to wing it. Go with it. All right. Let's thin it down a little bit while I still can. With pressure, because once this bar or once this ear gets too thin, I can't do this heavy pressure at the bottom. I forgot to do this earlier to try to clean some of that out. All right. Can you see? Whenever I ask that, I know you can't see. Come on. Just little flakes, that's all I need. That's all I want is just little flakes. Yes? Alright. It's so quartz-like. It's so much like quartz, I can't stand it. Can't stand it. Quartzite. It's not like a quartz crystal. Knapping a quartz crystal was an experience that I do not want to remember. You were going to say, you were thinking I was going to say that was an experience well worth remembering. No. I don't think so. I'd rather not remember knapping that quartz crystal. Quartz does not nap like it should. It's a stupid stone. It looks like it should nap well, but man, is it dumb. Yeah, it does not. It does not nap in any way, shape, or form like you think it should. Even if you do some thought experiments with it. No, still doesn't nap like it should. Nope, nope. Anyway, thinking about that quartz is messing me up. Yeah. Messing up my day. It's messing up my whole day. Yeah. Quartz crystal. It's a scar on my brain for life. That bad, huh? Yeah, you don't know about these things until you're an actual flint napper. Yeah, well, I'll let you discover it on your own. Damn, this is a risky one. Yeah, it's risky if I do that. It's not even going to do anything, right? It's not going to do anything. Okay. Then if it's not going to do anything, and I have to hit it really, really hard, that's when it breaks. I got to make sure that edge is at a good bevel. And I just told someone that the bevel is 60 degrees. So just keep that in mind. 60-degree bevel is a good rule of thumb, even though it's probably either 54.2 or 68.6. I don't know. Just keep in mind there's a 60-degree bevel on the edge, pretty much, for a good striking area. In general, not too steep, like not 90 and not 45, somewhere in between there. Let's see, what's 90 plus 45 is 135 divided by 2. It's like 65 point something or I don't know. So somewhere in between 90 and 45. Oh, it tried to do it. Tried to do it, and it's just getting messier and messier and messier. Yep. Messier and messier and messier. Look how messy it is. Just take a picture, see how messy it is, and then wait till the end. Or go make a sandwich and come back. I don't want you to see how I fix it. I revealed too much of my cheatings and my secrets. Yeah. Little step right there, and I don't like it. There. Symmetritize it. Does it symmetritize it? Yeah, it's good enough. Good enough. Let's finish this out. Hour and 28 minutes. Yeah, let's finish this out. Did you go and make your sandwich? You missed it. You missed what I did. Told you. You should get everything ready before you sit down to one of these videos. It's right there on the thumbnail how long the video is, so you got no excuses. Yeah. Shouldn't have to get up. You get everything ready like a camp out. Just camp out in your living room. You know how long it's going to take? You get all your stuff ready. If you don't, you'll miss it. And this doesn't apply to you guys that want to fall asleep. What the heck is that? You guys that want to fall asleep, that's okay. You're a whole different crowd. It's a whole different mindset. I'm not talking to you. Obviously, can't even hear me. Look at that. Flint in the knuckle. Or close to the knuckle. Oh, there it goes. Alright. All that work. Yep. All that work. Yep. Oh, dang it. I broke the other one off. Dang it. Yeah, what do you think? It's called symmetrizing it. Yeah. You guys came back just for that, huh? You ran back to the TV because I was talking about missing it. You're going to miss it. You came running back and all of a sudden, what the heck? Yeah, that's the way it goes, man. It's not my fault. The rock knows. It knows how to not be an arrowhead. Yeah. It's not me. It's not my fault. I can't do nothing about the wisdom of the ages. Yeah, and you were thinking, yeah, that point doesn't look like the thumbnail. What's he doing now? Yeah, I shouldn't even put it as a thumbnail. That way you don't know. That way it's just a surprise. Yeah, I'm going to leave it as a surprise. I'm not going to put it in the thumbnail. So there. No, I'm not going to put the finished piece in the thumbnail. Not this time. That way, it'll be a surprise. A beautiful, nice surprise. Yeah. Okay, hold on. Got some issues. Oh yeah. There's an issue in there. That's what was wrong with it. No, the cheater tool probably did that. That's what I get for trying to take shortcuts with the cheater tool. It's like I was saying earlier about the depth charges in the submarine. The submarine likes to dive when it's being attacked. That cheater tool is attacking it with depth charges, so to speak. Alright. I can get in there, but I gotta use my worn out Abrader. Yeah. Why am I going through that trouble? I don't know. They went through the trouble. I wouldn't do it this way. But somehow they preferred to do it this way, so that's the way I'm going to do it. All right. Why? Because some people get bored of just art pieces and partial completions and no closure. No more rock to point. No more rock to point. I got a lot of people saying, wait a second, no more rock to point videos? Yeah, I had told everybody that it's a big waste to do rock to point. I can be more efficient if I don't do it. It's true. I can be more efficient with my material if I don't do rock to point. Because that piece that I originally started with, I could have been more careful with it and just heat treated the whole thing, and then be able to make a nicer piece potentially than to make this little rough raw thing that ended up not being so good because I snapped one of the ears off. Yeah. But, you know, after so much feedback, I said, you know, okay, fine. Yeah. I mean, it's not a big deal. I can do it. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to be efficient all the time. I don't have to be so, you know. I don't have to be so serious about it. Lighten up a little bit. Okay, I'll lighten up a little bit. Do some more recta points. And save some material just for that. And everything will be cool. Yeah. All right. Everything's cool. I'm starting to get tired of this particular point, so I'm going to try to do this fast. When I know this is trouble if I start to go too fast. It's one of those things where if I don't start going faster, I'm just going to get depressed and start moping. I'll be moping around the house. Damn, that took forever. Now I don't want to do no more nappings tonight. Yeah. All I want to do now is mope. I can't gloat, you know, because I broke it. Yeah. See, if I had not broken it, I could have gloated. It's a big difference. All right. Are we there yet? We're almost there, okay? Almost there. This is just what you said already. We're supposed to be there. Yeah, I know. Did I say that we are almost there earlier? I did not. But we are almost there. Yeah. Yeah, good enough. All right. Yeah, I had to zone out during the tip work because I didn't want to do any mistakes. All right. I didn't want to do any controlled alteration of the tip, is what I meant to say. Okay. Now, it'd be nice if it was translucent enough to see those stripes in the light, but it's not translucent enough. But anyways, it's funny how I went from a Frio to a Pedernales really fast. It's funny how that works. How we can go from one to the other really quick like that. It's almost like they were neighbors. Anyway. Yeah. There's a little bit of work that still could be done on this, but I'm just going to leave it rough. I could put more of a needle-ish type tip on it, but I'm going to leave it that way. There is some dull spots. That's one thing I don't like. Dull spots. Let's see. From the grinding. Come on. Don't make me spend too much time symmetrizing this. The edges are kind of jaggedy, but that's all right. Yeah. The material is rough, so the whole point is going to be rough. How's that? Now I'll just leave that step fracture in there. Yeah. And I'm not putting it in the freezer. Nope. I'll let you pick out a lot of those. You can put it in the freezer. This is going to be available in the auction. So you can put it in the freezer. I should probably leave all these little ones in there. Yeah, I'll leave it in there so that you can put it in the freezer and get back to us. You're saying, yeah, sure. I'm going to put that in the freezer. Yeah, right. All right. I think that's good enough. I don't think I lost too much. Right, let's see. Length 3 5/8. So it's an eighth of an inch shorter than the shorter length to begin with. And there were mishaps along the way, but not too many, which is unusual. This piece started out really rough. I was thinking there's no way I can thin this down, but luckily I was able to knock off the nasty cracked portions and come up with the main body of the blade being solid and no cracks. So that helped a lot. I was able to, be confident in hitting the base on that last little hit there and around everywhere else. A couple of times I took some really drastic flakes to clear out some of the mess, and I couldn't have done that without a solid blade with no cracks. All right, so there you go. Rock to point. That's it.